This is the story of a young shepherd boy thrust into a moment that would echo through eternity. His name? David. Imagine an ordinary, sun-soaked day in the Israelite camp, where warriors were equipped with swords and shields, their armor glinting under the hot desert sun. On the other side stood the Philistine armies, daunting, menacing, and among them, their champion, Goliath. Standing over 9 feet tall, this warrior was clad in bronze armor, an impenetrable shield of metal over his body. His spear? A massive weapon, its iron head weighing over 15 pounds. Goliath didn't just tower over others physically. His words cut deeply as he ridiculed and mocked the Israelite army. Every morning and evening for 40 days, Goliath issued his challenge. "Send out a man to fight me. If he kills me, we will become your servants. But if I defeat him, you will serve us." Fear swept through the Israelite camp like a cold wind. Not a single soldier dared to step forward. Not one among the trained warriors could summon the courage to face this giant. Enter David, the youngest of Jesse's 8 sons, a shepherd boy, inexperienced in battle but armed with a faith so steadfast it would put nations to shame. He wasn't even supposed to be there. Sent by his father, Jesse, to deliver food to his older brothers in the army, David overheard Goliath's taunts. His heart burned within him as he saw the fear and despair among God's chosen people. "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine," he asked, "that he should defy the armies of the living God?" David's words spread throughout the camp, and soon they reached King Saul. Intrigued, the king summoned the boy. "You are not able to go against this Philistine," Saul declared. "You are only a youth, and he a man of war from his youth." But David insisted, recounting how he had defended his flock from lions and bears. "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear," he declared with confidence, "will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine." Reluctantly, Saul agreed, and he offered David his armor. But as the young shepherd tried it on, he quickly realized it wasn't for him. "I cannot go in these," David stated. "I am not used to them." Instead, he chose his own simple weapons: a staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones, gathered from a nearby brook. With these in hand, he approached Goliath, a giant whose laughter could be heard throughout the plains as he watched the diminutive figure come near. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" Goliath bellowed. His voice was full of derision, his sneer cutting like a blade. But David stood firm. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin," he declared boldly. "But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This very day, the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel." And then, the moment that would be immortalized for generations. As Goliath strode forward, his heavy steps shaking the ground, David ran towards him, fearless and unwavering. He placed a stone into his sling, swung it, and let it fly. The stone struck Goliath squarely on his forehead, sinking deep into the giant's skull. The great warrior fell with a thunderous crash, his body hitting the ground with an echo that silenced the battlefield. David rushed forward, took Goliath's own sword, and used it to sever his head, a striking victory that removed any doubt of who held the true power. The Philistines, their morale shattered, fled before the Israelites, and the Israelites surged forward in triumph. The shepherd boy had become a hero, not because of his strength or skill, but because of his faith in God's power. This story of David and Goliath, my friends, is more than just history. It's a testament to the power of faith, courage, and trust in God. It teaches us that the size of the obstacle we face isn't what determines the outcome, but rather the depth of our belief that God is bigger than any giant. So the next time you face your own Goliath, a challenge that feels insurmountable, a mountain that refuses to move, remember this: you don't have to fight it alone. With faith, even the smallest stone can bring down the mightiest giant. Let David's story inspire you to trust unshakably, to act courageously, and to face whatever comes your way with the assurance that God will go before you. Go forth with courage, my friends, and remember, with God, all things are possible. This timeless tale isn't just a reminder of triumph, it's a call for us all to step forward and live boldly in the face of adversity.